Today's social media response comes from Janelle in Evansville, and she asks, "What are your fears in a relationship?"
Oh, wow. Man, I mean, getting hurt?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to get hurt. So, what was the top response for this one?
Well, the top response came from Terrence in Scottsdale. He says, "Cheaters. I fear cheaters." He says, "But I guess that means I've got trust issues." Well, you know what? Cheating is just, whenever you've been cheated on before, yeah, you're going to start to have trust issues because it's very difficult to not think that every next one is going to have a cheating part.
So the next one, like the previous one, you don't want to have that in your thought pattern.
Exactly. You really have to work hard sometimes to let each person stand on their own merits. Just because someone cheated on you before doesn't mean that the next person is going to cheat on you. Even whenever you see cheating happen all around you in your social circles, you know, your friends getting cheated on by the spouses, by the girlfriends, it's not a pretty world out there because cheating has almost become mainstream. It has almost become something
that's bad.
It is.
That is very bad.
It is very bad. But the problem is that people have not established a common level of morality when they start a relationship.
So why cheat though? I know I'm probably going off topic. There I go. Off topic a little bit, but is it because it's something new and exciting? But do you think about it? You get a new toy, and if you keep playing with it, it's not going to stay new forever. So do you just go out and get another new toy?
You know, it used to be that it was socially noteworthy for a man to have multiple partners.
What?
Yeah, I mean, locker room talk and everything else. For a guy to have had many sexual experiences, it all comes back to the primal. Primally, a man wants to sow his seed and spread his offspring.
Yeah, I get that. But with everybody? No. That's not good.
But what I'm saying is that in our culture, socially, there are more women being promiscuous now, at least being open about their promiscuity. And so as our society goes in that direction, it becomes more and more mainstream, more and more acceptable to have infidelity in a relationship. But yeah, it is. But the key is to communicate what's acceptable and what isn't.
Being with just each other?
Yeah, you and I agreed on that from the very beginning.
Yeah.
But not everybody has that mindset, and you cannot just assume that somebody has that mindset. So, one of the things that we cover in our course is that many different people have different views of what cheating is. You know, cheating is not necessarily just having sex with somebody. In fact, some people even consider a one-night stand, well, that wasn't really cheating. It was just a one-night stand. While other people will consider an emotional relationship to be cheating. And so as you discuss with your love interest what exactly is cheating to you, then you can kind of nip that in the bud beforehand, come to a common understanding of what cheating is and what the expectations in the relationship are. Yeah, we definitely went off topic, even got into a little bit of coaching there, but
it's okay.
It was a good question.
Because I guarantee they probably enjoyed it.
Absolutely, I'm sure. So, yes, he might have trust issues, but they were based on his experiences. Don't hold that against Terrence.
No.
He just, we need to give him some grace and understanding and help him communicate what he's looking for in his next relationship.
That's good. So, what was the next response?
The next response came from Jeremy in Colorado Springs. He fears not being enough because people are so materialistic.
Wow.
You know.
Okay, so this society now is more materialistic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I say now because we are older. So, and yes, I had to go there because your wisdom, which is wonderful and beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyway, with that, wasn't materialistic some years ago. We just put it that way. But we don't have to say our complete age. But hey, anyway, so materialistic now, people are so materialistic when it comes to things in this day and age. You understand what I'm saying about that?
A lot of times, a man will feel that the woman is asking, what can you provide for me? What can you give to me? Can you buy me this? Can you buy me that? And today we've got some nice romantic words around it, calling it, well, your love language is gifts. Okay. In other words, your love language is, material things. It doesn't always have to be a physical gift, though. It can be a gift of self.
Yes.
Giving of self.
Yes, a gift of self, like cleaning the house. That's a gift to your wife or
service.
to your. There you go.
Indeed.
Yes.
But as a guy is kind of struggling to provide, he has that weight on his shoulders of saying, "Look, I am supposed to be I've been raised." Not that he's supposed to be, but I've been raised to desire to be the breadwinner of the home. Not that he has to be the guy the one that is making the most in the home. But if the wife decides, you know what, I'm going to step back from my career to do something that I love to do, the guy will typically think, I've got to step up so she can live her dream. At least that's how it used to be. Maybe not so much anymore.
No.
But even in the dating phase, it's become our societal norm that the guy picks up the tab. And when it gets to the point where he's having trouble making ends meet and entertaining the girl that he's with, he starts to have this anxiety of, if we start doing less expensive things, if we start doing more romantic things like walking around a park or going to the lake, if we start to do those things instead, is she going to not like me as much?
Again, it's depending on what type of woman that he's with.
It is.
Because some women want that. Let's walk in the park together, or on the beach. I mean, some women doesn't necessarily want for you to always pay for something. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, who wants to spend money 24/7?
And that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
As we take a look at Jeremy's perspective, though, this is an anxiety that he has internal to himself. And so whether or not he's with someone who has that understanding and says, look, honey, I really would rather walk around the park, he still has this inner anxiety that, well, she's saying that just to help me out, but she really wants to go to a 5-star restaurant. And it's a pressure that he brings upon himself. So some of these fears, they're not necessarily external. Some of these fears are things that we well up from inside.
This is true.
And we have to deal with those fears ourselves so we can have healthy relationships moving forward. So honey, did you have a response that you wanted to highlight?
Yes, it's from Pam, and she's from Oakland. I mean, guys, they start out nice, but then they want to control me. Woo. I fear falling for someone and then finding out they're a control freak. Wow.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, because I totally understand. I mean, you who wants to be with a control freak? Just
Nobody.
like she said, nobody at all. Whether it be the woman or the man, nobody wants to be, with that person and stuff. It's a long, difficult road.
So how can you determine if someone is going to be a control freak whenever you first meet them?
Well, that's when those red flags start coming up,
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a deep question.
Yeah, that was. And that's okay.
In another context, we actually go deeper into discovering that. But part of it is also what you determine for yourself to be acceptable and unacceptable. What you feel like you can and cannot stand in a relationship. Because sometimes control starts out very light.
Very.
Because the guy is just testing you. Will she respond to this? Will she respond to that? And the more you respond, the more you act the way he wants you to, it kind of gives him the green light to turn up the control. And then before you know it, without even realizing it, you're in a toxic, controlling relationship.
Yeah.
And part of it is because you kind of not encourage them, but allowed it to happen. So part of the key is to be very mindful, be very conscious of certain things moving forward.
Yes.
And if something starts to look bad, smell bad, if it looks like it's going in that direction, you need to stop it, time out, let's talk about this.
Communication is key.
Communication is key. And if there is some major pushback about that, then you know early on to step back and step out.
This is true.
So the thing that really scares people the most, and it's common throughout all of these, is the unknown. Now, in these cases, we've had someone who scared that someone's going to cheat on you.
Yeah.
The future is unknown. Is she or is she not going to be true to me? Will someone be more demanding of you? That's an unknown. Is someone going to try to control you? Still unknown. We fear the unknown. But we can show you how to spot all of that stuff early in the relationship.
Yes, we can.
So go ahead and reach out to us. There's a link in the description, and we'll help you fix your biggest dating problems. So we are Winona and Rob Hollis,
your relationship experts.
praying for an abundance of blessings for you.